All right, Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace and blessings, salutations as always to the sincere believers, the hopefully elect, the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So I want to touch on this zero hedge article, and this is basically going into America circling the drain. You know, people here, they don't have it like they used to have it, and people are hurting. You know, there's no jobs. Just the outlook on life here is very grim. Now, of course, your man DJ Trump, you know, he just secured that presidency last night. So a lot of these Babylonians that voted for him and that were hoping in Trump, they have, you know, some semblance of hope for the future, but they don't really know what's about to come because all you got to do is look overseas and see what's going on geopolitically. Things are not looking good, all right? And people fail to realize that what goes on overseas, it directly affects what goes on here. You know, the fact that you have America about to be involved in these multi-frontal wars, you know, alongside Israel and NATO, that's going to be a huge blow to the quality of life here in America. So everything that's happening right now is about to affect America in the worst way possible. But you see it already happening. So you see here, goodbye middle class. Half of all American workers make less than 43,222 cents a year. All right. So 43,000 pre-pandemic, you know, was pretty decent depending on which state that you lived in. You know, like if you were a single person, you know, you ain't have no children, you know, you could live comfortably off 43,000 a year. Now, that's not possible. You know, unless you do some serious budgeting, you know, when you cut back, you know, pretty much live a pretty basic lifestyle. I mean, 43,000 is not, you know, money that you can live off comfortably, man. All right, especially because the cost of everything around you continues to increase. Food is going up. You know, even if you want an oil change on your car, you know, that's going up, you know, about 15-20% compared to what it was pre-pandemic. All right. Renter's insurance, car insurance, everything is going up, but the paycheck ain't going up. All right. And that's not because these companies require more money. It's because the dollar is weakening. All right. Now you're having to give more money and you're getting less. And that's proof when you go to the grocery store, man. You know, people walking out the grocery store now, you might spend $100 and you leaving out with 2, maybe 3 bags. All right. Like that's how crazy it is now. All right. But it says here, the Social Security Administration has finally released the final wage statistics for 2023, and they are quite sobering. According to the report, last year the median wage in this country was just $43,222.81. In other words, half of all American workers made less than $43,222.81, and half of all American workers made that number. That is terrible news because the cost of living has been rising much faster than paychecks have. More people are being squeezed out of the middle class with each passing day. Now, even when you look at something as essential as housing, you look at the homelessness crisis in America, it's out of control, especially on that West Coast. Like you go to areas like Portland, the Bay Area, you know, San Francisco, Oakland, you know, around there, New York, yo, it's crazy, man. Like you have hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are homeless, man. All right, and the government, they not doing nothing to address that because this is part of that agenda. They don't want you to be comfortable. They want to pretty much delete the middle class. You know, they pretty much want you to either be rich or be poor. All right, and really what they want is for most people to be poor, because in order for them to coerce you like the cattle that you are, they're going to have to bring hard times upon you and take away all of your comfortabilities that you had in life. In order for them to get you to accept the MOTB, they're going to have to put you in a position of difficulty. All right. Because once you have no job, once you have no income, once you've lost hope and everything, they can come in with that solution and dangle it like a fresh carrot over your face, and you're going to take it because that's going to seem like the best way out. That's going to seem like the only way out for a lot of people, right? So these elites are setting these Babylonians up for the okie doke, and this thing about to happen, man. Like, you have these contactless payments out here. The banks are acting weird. The grid is going to collapse at some point, you know, especially since Trump has got in there. We already know that they're going to pull the plug on this, on this whore any day now, man. So these things are being realized more and more, and people are feeling it. That's why this election was so crucial for these Babylonians, because they saw Trump as the guy to bring back some sort of morale in America. But it's still not going to work because it's the will of the Heavenly Father that America go down. You can read about that in Isaiah, the 51st chapter. Babylon being a golden cup in the Lord's hand. All right, but he's going to destroy this place, man. Right, he's going to bring this place and the people thereof to complete destruction because it's well deserved. It says, more people are being squeezed out of the middle class with each passing day. But most Americans don't even realize that this is happening because the media isn't really talking about it. And why would they talk about it? Because they don't want to bring attention to the fact that you're poor. They don't want to bring attention to the fact that you have less than what you had just 5 years ago. They don't want you to think about stuff like that. They want you to, keep on running that rat race, keep on, running on that hamster wheel. All right. Because, hey, people are working their ass off, but, they're not getting nowhere. We're at the point now, people can't even afford to take a vacation, man. People pretty much have to work all year round just to be able to keep up with their bills, which, once again, their bills continue to increase. So there really is no rest in this place, man. Like, you have to grind around the clock, burning yourself out, losing your sanity just to have some sort of comfort. All right. Why you think drug use is so high? Well, why you think suicide rate is through the roof right now? It's because of the hell that these elites are putting on these Babylonians. All right. It's destroying the people. It says poverty, homelessness, and hunger are all growing all around us. And if we stay on the path, which America will stay on this path, that is biblical prophecy, that we are on, the middle class will continue to be systematically eviscerated. Once upon a time, the vast majority of the country could afford to live a middle class lifestyle. But now, those days are long gone. You see, those days are long gone and they ain't coming back. And this is what we've been telling you, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. The glory days of America are far behind it. All right, because really America has been on a steady decline since like the late 1960s. All right, so how much more now in 2024? This place is cooked, And Esau did a study that an empire lasts only around 250 years, and come 2026, this place is going to hit that 250-year marker. So no wonder you're seeing this place rapidly decline as it is. A study that was recently released found that it now takes more than 100,000 a year for a typical U.S. household to live the quote American dream. Which the American dream, there was a time when Esau, he had his American dream, because he was in the height of his kingdom, but that really was for Esau. That really wasn't for you Jakes. All right. But these Edomites, because this is their kingdom, this is their setup, they were able to enjoy the American dream. They were able to have the, 5-bedroom house with the white picket fence, the dog in the yard, have 3 luxury vehicles in a garage, man. Be able to take 6 vacations a year, be able to put away money for savings, send their kids to college. This is what these Edomites were able to do once upon a time. But now they suffering. right? Because really what's happening now, the Most High is putting the curses on our enemies. And these Edomites, they're feeling it the most, man. You see? But yeah, the study found that it takes more than 100,000 a year for a typical U.S. household to live the quote American dream in all 50 states. And in 29 U.S. states, it takes more than 150,000 a year. Now, how many people in America make more than 100,000 or 150,000 a year? Not many people. That's a very small percentage of the population. Majority of people, as we're reading in this article, make less than 50,000 a year. Okay, and that's an individual basis. Now, if you bring two incomes together, that's something different. But the average person, the type of work that they do, the job that they work, they're making less than 50,000 a year, man. Okay, which really now is at the poverty level. Okay, like really now, if you're not making more than, I'll say 70,000 on the low end, depending on what state that you live in, then you're at that poverty level, man. All right, because the middle class is pretty much done. The elites are taking away that middle class, man. Now they're just making it two, rich and poor. You see, it says a household would have to spend more than 150,000 a year to live the dream in 29 of the 50 states, according to an analysis published in April by the Personal Finance State. According to the report, the optimal American lifestyle would cost 137,000 in Ohio, 147,000 in Texas, 159,000 in Florida, 194,000 in New York, and 245,000 in California. You see that? And when you consider New York and California being the two most expensive states to live in America, there's a mass exodus out of these states. All right, now a lot of people are moving to Florida, Texas, you know, Arizona, areas that are more affordable, cheaper. Certain states in the Midwest like Missouri. All right, because look, if they telling you that it takes 200 and call it 250,000, man, you have to make 250,000 a year in California to live the American dream. All right. Hey, look, you even got celebrities moving out of California, man, because the cost of living there is just too damn high. You see? So unless you got a job that's making over 100,000 a year, and in California 200,000 a year, you're living in poverty. And this is directly correlated to why on the West Coast you see that the homelessness population is such a crisis, man, because it takes this much to live in California. All right. And New York is not far behind. And the thing about it is the price just continues to get worse. Like, the cost of living continues to go up. So there really is no catching up, to inflation, man. Like inflation is out here Usain Bolting people. Okay, you ain't catching that. The state that has the lowest cost of living is Mississippi. Living the American dream only costs $109,516 a year in the state. Needless to say, someone earning $43,000 a year is not going to be able to live the American dream anywhere in the nation. And most of these high-paying jobs that people are seeking, they're not in America, man. They're shipping those overseas. All right, because back in the day, you could work a factory job, or if you had a skill or something like that, only the man would have to work, and the wife could stay home. She could deal with the children, and that was pretty much the standard setup. Now you have to have two incomes in order to make ends meet. You see, so yeah, the standard of living has completely changed within two generations in America, man. It's terrible. But again, this is because this place is about to crash out. America is on its last legs, man. And, people are voicing their frustrations. People are protesting. People are angry, because of what these politicians have done to the quality of life of the people. But the thing about it is there is no reversing it. There is no going back. There is no Let's make America great again. You know, America was already as great as it ever would have been pre 2020. All right, 2020 to now, it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different reality that people are living. You know, it says even if there are two people earning 43,000 a year in the same household, that still isn't going to get you anywhere close to living the American dream. It says when I was growing up, my father worked and my mother stayed home with the kids. See, and we were still able to live a middle class lifestyle. All right, so these are the days that these Edomites missed. They missed the days when the man would go to work. He was the breadwinner, and mind you, he was only working one job. All right, he was only working one job. He would come home to his wife and his children, and they could still live a middle class lifestyle. They could still afford the groceries. They could still, have a car and a nice house, the picket fence, and all that, man. Now, you having to work twice as hard. You having to work twice as many hours, and you not even living a middle class lifestyle. You still living dirt poor. All right. But now, most households cannot afford to live a middle class lifestyle, even if both parents are working. That's wild, man. After reading that, is there anyone out there that would like to disagree with me about the fact that we have been experiencing a long-term economic decline? And that's a fact, man. But see, America has been experiencing a long-term economic decline, and really ever since the great recession of 2007, 2008, America never really bounced back from that. You know, there was a period during Trump where things kind of got back on track, but they never really went back to, uh, how it was in the 80s and the 90s where everything was booming. America never got back to that, but now we're just at a point where we're in another recession, man. And, it's not officially realized, but we're in another recession, okay? Because you have businesses closing down storefronts like there's no tomorrow. You have banks closing down branches like there's no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You have these millionaires and billionaires selling off the stock, the assets, selling off bonds and stuff like that. Why? Because they not making money off these certain things like how they used to. So now they just bailing out and cutting their losses and just taking the profits, man, and putting their money into building these bunkers and investing into these smart cities and things like that. That's where they putting their money, you see, because they know that, it's time for a change in America, and this change is going to come by way of this digital totalitarian system in which the MOTB is going to be at the forefront, man. You're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you have the MOTB. And this is where they're leading people. You know what I'm saying? This economy is being crashed on purpose. Because if they wanted to fix it, then they would. If they wanted people to have work, if they wanted things to be affordable, they would make it that way. Because that's the way that it was for a while, man. But really, since they start to see Jake come up and start to have some sort of success in his kingdom, now they about to pull the plug on this whole system, man, because they don't want Jake to have nothing. Because really, quiet is kept now. You have a lot of Jake doing better than Esau, man. You have a lot of Jake out here that's doing way better than Esau, shining brighter than Esau in his own kingdom. So these Edomites, they about to pull the plug on the system, man. Like, they not about to have you Jakes come up. All right, and that's part of the reason why they put Trump in there, because Trump, he gonna come after you Israelites, man. To put your ass down. This is what it's all about. So I think the point has been made on that. But yeah, man, these Babylonians are languishing, man. Their quality of life is not what it used to be. Isaiah 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Now, haughty, that goes into pride. So the proud people of the earth do languish. Okay, they're wasting away, man. Okay, they're in a very sorrowful, vexed, lack of hope, lack of faith. These people are finished. They're languishing away. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Verse 7, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh. So as we just read in that article, what previous generations of Americans were able to have, this new generation, they have to work twice as hard just to get that. All right, back in the day, you had the man that worked one job and he was able to take care of the whole family and afford everything, take vacations, have a car and everything, man. Now you can't even do that, and you having to work more than what your grandfather had to work. You see, you having to put up more money for everything now that you have as an necessity. You see, it's not, even compared to 5 years ago, it's completely different. The affordability of things, you're giving more money and you're getting less groceries. You're paying more money for insurance and you can't even file a claim, man. If you get into an accident with your insurance company, you call them and file a claim, guess what? Your insurance is going to go up, even if it's not your fault. All right, so people are messed up out here, man. Like these devils, this is why we need a righteous rulership on this earth, man, because Esau, the way that he running things is not profitable and beneficial to the people, man. All right, which we understand this is the judgment of the Lord ultimately, but still, right? What he's doing to destroy the people, man, this is completely diabolical. All right. Verse 8, the mirth of tabrets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceases. You know what I'm saying? So hey, people, going to the club ain't what it used to be. Music ain't what it used to be, for damn sure. Okay, that's why it says the mirth of the tabrets ceases, man. The noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp. You know what I'm saying? So, all the merry making in this place is coming to an end. Everything is drying up. And I saw a video that was pretty much dealing with women, going to these clubs looking for men, and the men aren't there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these clubs are closing down because they not getting the traffic like how they used to, man. You see? Of course, we know because the dynamics between men and women is all messed up now. Or, you know what I'm saying? Which Esau is also behind that as well. He's at the forefront of that. But the spirit here in Babylon is just completely, just out of course. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just weird now. You know what I'm saying? So much now to the point where clubs are closing down, man. Clubs used to be a staple of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Now the clubs is like, whatever. Verse 9, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, which is America, Babylon the Great. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, the mirth of the land is gone. All the happiness that was here, all of the, positive outlook on life. And yeah, I'm gonna come to America. I'm gonna set myself up. I'm gonna set my family up. We gonna be good, man. All we gotta do is just work hard and save money and, invest properly and we gonna be good. Nah, man, you can't say that no more. All right, because even the rich people in America, they having a hard time. Because guess what? Now their overhead is so high just to maintain what they have. Now they having to sell off a lot of their assets, man. All right. Now they're having to downsize on their living arrangements because the overhead is too costly for them to maintain. All right, they're actually losing money now instead of gaining money. This is the new dynamic. All right, so if it's like that for the rich, then how much more for the poor? You have grown people now having to live with roommates just to be able to afford rent and groceries, man. People are having to share cars and shit like that. People are having to share everything, man, because to do it on your own, it's tough. It's hard. It says, verse 13, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. Yeah, man. So this place is going to be taken down with a violent overthrow. That's why I said there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree. All right, when you shake in an olive tree to get it to release the olives, that's a violent act. Okay, same thing like when you shake the fig tree to get the figs to fall. That's a violent act, man. So these people are going to be overthrown with violence. All right, when the vintage is done. Yeah, man, that vintage here is failing. You know, all the good things that you once were able to hang your hat on and enjoy, going to the malls and, you know, being able to eat at will, going to the movies, going out to eat, you know, all that is about to be over with, man. And you're seeing the early signs of it happen right now. See, because the Most High, he's breaking this place down to a science. All right, let's go. Luke chapter 6. Let me see what I want here. Luke chapter 6 and verse 21, it says, Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. 22, Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. All right, and who is in this lot here? Well, these would refer to the elect. Okay, those that are hated of the world. Okay, when men want to separate you from their company. Okay, when people revile your name as evil. Oh, you're hateful. You know, you're a false prophet. You know, you're this and you're that. Okay, hey, they say the same thing about Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai did nothing but preach the truth the whole time that he was here, but they hated him. Why? Because he was not of this world, and his doctrine was not of this world, man. So therefore, they persecuted Yahweh Shai, and likewise they persecute those that follow him, those that proclaim his name. All right, that's why, as it is written, man, the servant is not above the master. If they hated me, then they will hate you also. All right, so hey, just like how they hated the Lord Yahweh Shai, they also hate us the same exact way, man. All right, and it's not a flesh and blood thing; it's a spiritual thing, because the doctrine that we coming with, the way that we walk, the way that we live, the things that we speak about, are not the conversation of the people of this world. You know, the people of this world, they have a very filthy and perverse conversation, man. You know, that ultimately does not profit anything. You know, it's really all folly and in vanity at the end of the day. But when you tell these people these things, they revile you. Okay, they don't want to be around you, man, because your spirit and their spirit do not align. You know, but hey, we continue on for the Son of Man's sake. You know, for the sake of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 23, it says, Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. Salakia, your reward is great in heaven. So this is what we striving for. We striving for the kingdom of heaven, to get our crowns. Lord willing, we be of that number. Where we gonna have eternal life. Like, hey, in the kingdom of heaven, we gonna be balling. Okay, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell us nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The suffering that we had to go through in this world, it's all gonna be worth it when we receive our reward in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay, that's why the scriptures say to store not up your treasures on earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, but store up your treasures in heaven. Okay, because in heaven, nobody's going to be able to take our crown from us, man. Nobody's going to be able to take our rulership. Nobody's going to be able to take everlasting life from us, man. Spiritual power. All right, these things are going to be afforded unto us for eternity, for the rest of time. All right. It says, your reward is great in heaven, for in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. See, woe unto you that are rich, which means destruction unto you that are rich, man. For you have received your consolation. Now, these Edomites, you know what I'm saying, and even these certain Jake entertainers that were able to make it big in Babylon the Great by selling out to Esau, they were able to have the slice of the American pie. Guess what? They had their reward. They had their consolation on their side, man. But in the kingdom, for their wickedness, they're going to be called the least. Okay, and of course we know that the heathen, they're all going to be slaves anyway. You know what I'm saying? So this this world is their portion. This world is their inheritance, man. You know what I'm saying? They were able to enjoy it for a short season, but now the Lord is breaking it down. All right, for the elect's sake. All right. Uh, yeah, verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. It says, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. All right, so those that are weeping now, all right, they're gonna rejoice in a very short time. And those that are rejoicing now, in a very short time, they're gonna be weeping. Okay, so the Most High is gonna give every man according to his reward, whether he be righteous or whether he be wicked. And the reward of the wicked is right around the corner, man. Like the reward of the wicked is at the door. All right, this is why we continue to abstain from the ways of this world, man, because we see through the spirit where this is all going. You know, these people are out here mad about the election. You know, you got you know, Eve cussing out, you know, the Jake man, you know, so-called black man, talking about Trump won because you didn't vote, or you voted for Trump. That's why you ain't want a black woman to be in there. You know, showing you the folly that exists in this place, man. Showing you that nobody really knows what they're doing. You know, they're just following the rudiments of this world because they've been programmed to do so. All right, because really, when you look at it, both of these, you know, candidates that were put before you, both of them are pieces of shit, man. You know, Trump is a convicted felon. You know, he's been, you know, touching and raping, you know, little children and stuff like that. You know, Trump is on Epstein Island, and so was Kamala. All right, and Kamala, she ain't got no damn sense, man. Like, you know, when she lost the election, you know, she ain't even give a speech or nothing, man. Like, she pretty much just bowed out, bailed out, and just went on about her business. You know what I'm saying? Showing you that she wasn't even, you know, equipped to even be in that position. And on top of that, she's a woman. She's the weaker vessel. You know, she's not supposed to be in a position of authority to run anything, man, especially not no damn country. All right, so when when you look at it on paper, man, both of these candidates are complete trash. But both sides are mad because, you know, of the outcome. But hey, even if Kamala did get in there, man, you know, America still would have been cooked. You know, it definitely wouldn't have made no difference. You know, but the point is, man, you know, these Babylonians, they're now receiving according to their reward. Right? The Most High is bringing unto them what they work for in their wickedness. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. For your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness unto you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. All right, so these haughty people, man, these proud-ass Babylonians, they're getting what they work for, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they've done nothing but lie, cheat, steal, and then murder the saints of the Most High, man. All right, and then put it off, you know, as it says in Zechariah, I believe that's 11:5, that their possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Okay, you've been killing Jake wholesale since you got here, man, and you ain't never held yourself accountable. All right, you ain't never took accountability for what you did, but it's all good, man, because the things that are happening to you now, you know, these Edomites getting lit up by earthquakes and tornadoes and hailstorms and all this type of stuff, man. This is the judgment from on high, you know, and they don't even know that, but they will know very soon because these things are going to start happening with much more force and frequency. You know what I'm saying? Then it's going to be clear that they're under judgment. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to repent. They're going to try to seek some sort of good grace with Jake, but it's going to be too late, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already got you devil's card. But yeah, man, you know, the riches of the Edomite are corrupted, man, and their garments are moth-eaten, which is a sign of what? Decay. Okay, this Edomite society, you know, as it says in 2 Ezra 6:9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the fact that Esau is declining on every level, is a testament that his society, that his world, that his kingdom is coming to an end. It is a beautiful thing to watch, man. Okay, even the gold and the silver, this monetary system is all going down. All right, people about to lose everything behind this, man. They don't even know what's coming. And it's going to happen all of a sudden, take people off guard. And that's going to be grounds for sedition, man. That's going to be grounds for civil war. It's going to be, grounds for people to go out and shed blood. But this is all ordained of the Heavenly Father, man, because these things must be that the end can come. I'm saying? That we can, finally get rid of these devils, I'm saying? That the wicked can be dealt with and that we can walk into the kingdom, man. Lord willing, we be of that number. But now is the time for these things to come forth. Like we're really at the end. And, prophecy, the closer that we get to the end, is speaking loud and clear, man. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, come Yasha Allah, and the Bible.